I know I did was wrong. And I'm glad that I also came out with the truth.
So, man, what are you doing with your life right now?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest here. Like, I don't know how I've been like fine. When I first met you guys, I was fine in it. I Now I just don't know what the I'm doing.
So, let me
It's
ask you this. So, yesterday, right? What
sure.
possessed you to like masturbate to somebody, your friend, or somebody who you claim that you'd be your friend on like Discord call like that and make them feel uncomfortable? And then when they tell you
Well,
that they're uncomfortable, you proceed to do it again. You know? Like
yeah.
what possesses somebody to do that?
I Like I said, I honestly don't know, and I with my with how lonely I've been over these past years, I've had no one in my
So,
life,
okay, I get that.
and
I'm super
yeah,
alone too. I'm super depressed.
yeah,
I have clinical depression. Um
yeah,
I don't even live close to my parents, and I don't really have a whole lot of friends in this new city that I lived in and stuff.
yeah,
But I'm not cranking it to my friends on Discord.
yeah. Well,
So that is
that's
that your
really
go-to thing when you're lonely, is just to crank it out? Because let me tell you something.
no,
You're good. It's not.
no, and I
Well, you just said earlier that you were super lonely when I asked you like what's
yeah,
going on.
yeah, but that's I'm and I'm gonna explain more about this. I've felt bullied my whole life, even here on Discord, and
Does that turn you on when you get bullied?
no, and uh, I don't mean this in like any bad way or anything, and I don't. I've People have never really brought me in or anything at all, and they've really. Sorry, I'm trying not to cry as much. Um, every time like I join a server or something, or every time like in real life, even when I was still back in school before I graduated, I felt bullied my whole life. Like no one wanted me around.
Why do you think that is? Do you think there may be a reason for that?
No, it's like I've tried to help, like be friendly, especially with in real life people.
You don't whip your dick
I've
out in
tried.
front of in real life people, do you?
No, 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 and I don't
Just
know
on
why.
Discord.
No, no. This is actually the first time I've ever done it on Discord.
Well,
And I'm being,
we established earlier that that's not true because you did it yesterday on
but
Discord, and then this
yeah,
today you said that the same thing. That's the first time you've ever done it. So,
we're all together on Discord all together is what I'm meaning. I'm trying to get at. I'm sorry I didn't really explain that earlier.
so this is a very new behavior for you then.
Yes, and like even before you joined the server, Epsilon, I've been like very fucking fine, and I've never done any of this shit.
So, what possessed you to do it?
I don't know at this point. That's just my honest truth. Like I just don't know at this point. It's like my mind just went crazy, and I don't understand how I don't know how to stop it.
That's a very concerning statement.
I know it sounds like that.
No,
Uh,
I don't. Sounds like that's what you just said. You don't know how to stop it. So you're a
can I
chronic masturbator.
interject real quick?
Of course.
No, yeah, sure.
Let
Okay,
Click Commander
so
say something.
you said it was your first time. I'm gonna be honest here. I don't believe
First
that,
time on
especially if you're saying you don't know how to stop it.
first time on Discord altogether, and what I'm meaning by I don't know how to stop it. Like it, I'm doing these things, and I don't
Are you
think.
constantly lying. You said earlier it's the first time you've ever masturbated ever. And I called cap. And now you're saying it's just the first time in Discord?
Yeah, just the first time in Discord altogether. Never masturbated before in my life.
I'm gonna have to
Cap.
be honest here again because I've seen screenshots, I've seen voice clips, I know about the dick pic,
Yeah.
and you sent Devin quite a few links to websites.
I was just embarrassed, and I believe I was just. Fuck off.
Horny?
No. I don't know at this point.
You know what? You don't know anything anymore at this point.
No, and like I said, honestly and truthfully, I really don't know what is going on.
That's not what possesses you to do that? If you just like having this like unfathomable impulse control to where like you have to whip it out on Discord, and when people people express to you they're uncomfortable, you do it again?
No.
Does that not turn you on when somebody says I'm uncomfortable and then you do it again? Is that the
No.
issue here? You're saying no,
No.
but if somebody says they're uncomfortable, why would you continue to do something when somebody says they're uncomfortable? If you've creeped somebody out, why would you do it a second time? Unless you either have a chronic masturbating issue or you have like a fapping addiction. Or you get turned on by people saying no, or it makes you feel if somebody feels uncomfortable, that turns you on. There's literally not a lot of leeway in the interpretation of like this.
Yeah.
And there's a point I made earlier. Oh, what was that, Links?
I was gonna say, I'm never gonna be able to trust you again, right?
I know, and I'm like starting from this point on. I want to try and fix myself, and I want to try and do what I can.
Have you thought about using duct tape? No? Like if you duct tape your hands, that could potentially like just get like 5 rolls from Home Depot and duct tape both your hands together. At this point, that may be the only resolve to this issue.
Like, I get you're young and you got a lot to learn, but you got to learn common sense in life.
Definitely.
Like, one of the points that I made earlier when I made that paragraph was you've been doing a whole lot of crying and saying sorry, but instead of worrying about fixing the issue, you keep thinking about, oh, I'm worried about losing you guys. I don't want to lose anyone. Instead of worrying about that, actually do it, Don't say I'm sorry, because that's just another word to me, to be honest.
Yeah.
If Links were to fuck me over or something, she'll be like, sorry, I'm not going to take that. It's just that's a word.
Yeah.
So you got to prove it with your actions. I don't want to hear any more crying or any of that stuff. And I'm just being honest here. I could give 0 fucks about your sobness or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. I get it. If I was in your shoes, I'd probably do that too, honestly.
Because I get jerking off, but it's like, that's one thing you don't ever do. You don't do that to your best friends, whatever.
Yeah, no, I just don't know what the fuck is going on in my life.
Well, that's something you got to figure out then.
Yeah, definitely.
Loneliness is not an excuse. Not having friends is not an excuse. Being bullied in high school or online is not an excuse. You understand from this point on, like, nobody will ever take you seriously in this Discord ever again.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Have you accepted that fate?
Yeah, and I hope maybe one day I can try and fix it. And
no, there's no fixing. There's certain things that when people
Yeah.
do and you draw a line in the sand, and there's certain boundaries that you cross with people, and I think masturbating to people when they're uncomfortable is one of those boundaries that you're not going to be able to redeem yourself or fix that problem with that individual ever again.
Because when I heard about the
that's
picture
gonna be,
that was sent to
and that's
Link
gonna be stuck forever.
was pretty sick in my opinion. Especially when I read it, you were really smug about it. You're like, what was it? Something about a little Easter gift with a laughing emoji, and then you sent her a photo without asking or her asking. That's sick. That's a red flag.
He sent an unsolicited dick picture?
Yeah. As
Okay.
an Easter gift.
As an Easter gift.
Yep.
So I'm curious because like I've never
Yeah.
sent my dick to anybody ever unless they either paid me or they specifically asked for it, or I was with somebody in a relationship, right? What possesses a man, or I should say a child, a boy, to I'm speaking mentally, of course, to send a unsolicited dick picture to somebody? Like what goes through your mind to think that
I
that's a
honestly,
normal thing people want to be sent in their DMs?
yeah. No, I honestly get it.
What were you
I don't.
thinking when you sent her a unsolicited dick picture on Easter for an Easter gift? What was going through your
I
mind?
honestly don't know what was going through my mind.
Oh
I
my god,
wasn't
is that
thinking
all you
about
can say? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Officer, I just hit a child while driving. I don't know why I did that. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
walking in public. I'm the store. I just groped somebody's ass. I don't know why I did that.
Exactly. It's a whole lot of I don't know what I'm doing, and a whole bunch of trying to say that, oh, I get
How
it,
do you
you
not
don't get
know
it.
why you do certain things? Like, at the end of the day, you can just sit back and say, I sent an unsolicited dick picture because I was horny. You could just say that. That would at least be, it's kind of still gross and weird, but, that would be honest. You'd be honest with yourself on why you sent somebody an
Yeah.
unsolicited dick picture, but you can't even do that. Can you?
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask the
Mm-mm.
question again. Why do you send somebody an unsolicited dick picture? Give
I
me
don't
a
know. I was just
reason.
into it. I think I was just into it.
So,
I,
what I said, it turns you on to send people unsolicited dick pictures. Am I correct in what I've said? You just semi-admitted that. Can I ask
That's
you,
not normal.
Seaglam, why you made several alt accounts and then joined my Discord today when I was on my server with links for a little bit? Like, what was your goal with that?
with that, and I'm gonna be honest.
Yes, please be
And
honest. Please be
yeah,
honest.
yeah,
Don't give us any I don't know bullshit, because that's going to get me really mad, and you don't want to see what happens when I get really, really mad. Okay?
yeah. After I admitted earlier today, I which Devin advised me to take a break. I did for a while, and then I wanted to hop on Discord for a bit or something, and then after I completely, I think I just lost it, and because
How did you even know I was in there?
I don't know. That's just my
I'm gonna
straight
give
truthful
you
opinion right
one
there.
chance, buddy. One chance because you're kind of pissing me off with this bullshit lies. Because I was in the VC. I even told you straight up that you should give Link some space, not a
Yeah,
break,
yeah,
some space. She comes to you on her own time. You don't come to her.
yeah,
And
yeah. No,
the more you're making these excuses, the more pissed I'm getting. And same as
yeah,
Repsion, you don't want to see me get pissed because I'm gonna say a lot of shit without any filters, buddy.
yeah, yeah.
So
No,
no
I
more of
understand.
this like slow speaking, stuttering, and all that stuff. Be fucking real.
I honestly don't know why
You don't
I.
know.
Sorry, let me rephrase. I did this because I I guess I was just wanting to try and talk, and I I know I did before and everything, and
So you joined my server when she told you and somebody else told you that you need to give somebody space. So you joined my
yeah,
server in hopes that you can still talk to the person who you need to be giving space to.
yeah, yeah,
Am I understanding that properly?
yeah, and
So what do
Earlier,
you?
I'll,
You can go,
I'll go
Devin.
after.
Oh
No,
no, you can
I'll
go.
go after. I'll
All
go
right.
after. Please, I'll go after.
What I want to hear right now is what are you gonna do to try to fix this? What are you gonna? I mean, not the situation with links, because you're
yeah,
not gonna be able to fix that. I'm gonna be honest. What are you gonna do
yeah.
yourself to fix this? How are you gonna get help?
Go see a therapist and try and see what I can do and to fix things in my life. Try and get out there more.
And what do you mean by try to get out there more?
Being more social and trying to get
I
myself out
don't
there
think
and talk
being more
with people,
social
you
is
know?
gonna help that. I'm gonna be honest,
No,
that's
no,
not gonna help.
honestly, truthfully, around here in this area, you know,
Do you do this at like when you're at work or something? Do you do this
no,
like in the bathroom or something?
no,
Okay.
no, no, I'm not.
Yeah,
Devin,
that's pretty much all I got right now, Devin.
Yeah,
You can go,
Devin,
Devin.
what you were gonna say? Can we get cameras turned on? I feel weird just Devin.
It seemed earlier, Connor. It's like you were remorseful, but you weren't seemingly
yeah.
remorseful for what you did. You were remorseful because the idea of you losing friends.
No,
But you
and you know,
seemingly were like fine with the act
yeah,
of
no,
like sending
no.
dick,
I'm not
unsolicited dick
fine.
pic, and like
I'm
jerking
not
off
fine
to
with the
PC and
act,
shit.
and I'm not fine with the act, and
If you weren't fine with the act, then why'd you do it in the first place?
You just seemed like the way that you were apologizing. You're like, I feel so bad. It's like you were more scared of like losing friends than like you feeling bad for what you did.
I was both feeling bad and scared of losing friends because when I got called out last night, I was embarrassed, and which you know I should be at this point. It's something that no one should ever do, and it's like
Yeah, no one should ever do that.
yeah, and you guys are giving me the
So why'd you do it a
whole like
second time? Like you're admitting that you
two,
shouldn't have
two
done it.
times.
I don't understand how you go from doing it once and then a second time. It's
Yeah,
crazy to me.
Yeah, because we got on you for the dick pic thing,
yeah, and
and you like doubled down. So it's like you weren't really remorseful.
no,
Yeah.
We
I
kind of
really
like forgave you
truthfully,
the first time, like I don't
yeah,
know, but like you did it again,
yeah,
and it wasn't like it was a month apart. It was like the next day.
It was the
2 days.
21st because it was that I was in the VC that day, and this is when Lynx was joking, asking about a photo, and Connor was in that VC, and so the fact that it happened right when she was asking like other people as a joke for the picture, and you just send it without her even asking you as a joke is weird.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Do you really get that though?
No, yeah, I truthfully do, and
I truthfully don't think you do.
I
Being honest here.
trust me, and
I can't trust that though because if you've done it twice,
I know.
no, you don't know. Stop
Yes,
saying you
yes, I
don't.
fucking do. I'm trying my hardest
Oh,
here, and
are you talking to me like that?
Whoa.
yes,
I would not talk to me like that, buddy.
You know, you're in no position to raise your voice to anybody.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just getting a little pissed
No,
off
you're
here, a little
you
bit.
may
Connor,
be
why'd
getting
you
pissed
lie
off.
to me? Why'd you lie to me last night too? I was like, bro, just you send me a DM, it's like a screenshot of
Yeah,
your browser history. You lied to me. Why?
and like I said, that falls under the line of me being embarrassed and shit, and I,
I wouldn't worry about being embarrassed. I wouldn't even worry about losing
yeah,
friends. You should be worrying about how to
myself
fix your stuff.
basically. Yeah,
But the one thing you should never do though is raise your voice at me or other people again, because if you do that, I'm gonna
yeah,
shut you down quick.
It's the fact I don't. It's the fact that I like talk to you about this too, bro. Like I feel betrayed. Like I talked in the group chat, like this shit's not cool.
yeah.
Like
No,
unless you get like consent and shit, and you just like ignored it. Like why? Like because we talked about like this situation pretty much like beforehand.
yeah,
I definitely know there's no fixing this, but there's
yeah. No,
no way
definitely,
this is
no,
going anywhere
definitely not.
else other than the things we're hearing from him.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
It's either I don't know, I understand, I'm learning, like none of that's happening.
There's one thing I would like to say.
Sure,
I'd like to
go ahead.
say that with this is one thing, but if you don't get help, you could go down a dark line. Like,
Yeah,
because you basically ignoring consent. You could in person meet up with a girl and be like, "I love this girl," and then touch
Mm.
her, and she goes no, and you go, "But I love you," and then you do something, and
yeah,
you don't want to end up doing that.
yeah, yeah,
So just get help, get therapy, just
yeah.
do what you can to fix yourself. Don't worry about anything else.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have any last words?
No, at this point, no. And bye.
Oh,
Bye.
I
you
was-
pathetic.